I'm back. Sorry about the lack of uploads this week. I was stuck in Vegas, which is actually not really a place you want to be stuck. Once you get there, you have fun, but when you want to leave, you want to leave. But today we're going to be doing a really fun build challenge in The Sims 4 where we're going to be renovating one house through the decades. Specifically starting with the 1990s, we're going to go through the 2000s, the 2010s, and then up to the modern day 2020s. This is kind of inspired by the Every Tiny Home is a Different Decade video that I did a while ago, but these decades were not in that video, so here we go. So we're gonna start off building a house in The Sims 4 inspired by the 90s. Home exterior trends of the 1990s included lots and lots of brick in shades of brown and beige. Colonial style homes were very common, columns were extremely popular, and this McMansion type of architecture was coming into play. So basically a smaller version of what a mansion should look like. So let's start off building our shell here. This is basically gonna stay the same. The idea being that we'll update it through the decades, but keeping with the original shell. We can do a little bump out here. I think this is gonna be a 2-story home. So we'll build up on top of this a little bit. I'll probably bring that bump out up as well. I don't want it to be too big because this video is gonna end up being so long if it is. So maybe we'll start off simple with something like that. I do want to do like a garage over to this side. I feel a little rusty. It's been a couple days since I've been building here. So garage over on that side. And then I do want to have like a bit of a patio here. I want to include the columns. We can maybe add some flooring here just to bring that patio out a little bit. And then when we raise this up on a foundation, that flooring is going to come with us and we're going to have our deck. In the back, I might just add like a tiny little thing back here with another back patio like right there. Okay, so far looking good. Let's go ahead and roof this. We're gonna go in with a gabled roof piece here. We're gonna bring that all the way along the back, and then I'm just gonna copy and paste that and pull that over. We can maybe lower this a little bit just by like 2-3 ticks. I'm gonna copy and paste the same roofing there with the angles and everything, and we're just gonna pull that over to the side and over to the end of the house. We're gonna do the same thing down below for the garage. I'm gonna go ahead with this half gabled roof piece, and I'm just gonna place that right here, lower it down, and pull it all the way across for my patio. We'll bring in the adjusters there as well, and I think that's looking good. We're gonna start adding the brown. I'm gonna go in with this scalloped pine roof in this brown color. I might even keep with the brown trim, or maybe we could do like a beige. And we need a very basic brown brick, like this one from City Living could work. Basically just put all over the whole thing, and then maybe up top we could do some like beige or brown siding as well, like this one, something very dated looking. And since I did the beige trim on the roofing, I'm gonna do the beige trim around the rest of the house too. I've got my foundation on there, and now I think we can probably go in and start to add the columns. Let's maybe go with these ones here from Cats and Dogs. I don't even have move objects on yet today. I told you guys I'm rusty. Okay, so there we go at the front. This lamppost is kind of driving me crazy. Why do they do this? We're gonna use that there for the front porch, and for my fence, we did see a lot of brass. In the 80s and the 90s, we saw a lot of that. So maybe we could do like this one here from Vampires. I think that kind of works there. And for my windows, I'm kind of thinking like brown shutters. Maybe we could use some of these base game ones if we got some brown here. We can do like a little roofing thing up top like that, or even a smaller window. For our garage door, I want something very plain. We obviously don't have garages in The Sims 4, so the garage door, we kind of have to get creative. I like to use this one here from Snowy Escape when I do make a garage. That one is looking a little more modern than I would like it, but we're just gonna have to work with it. And I've done this trick before on this channel where we kind of make our own driveway here. We're gonna take a half gabled roof piece and lower it down so it's gonna line up with the foundation. I'm holding Alt on my keyboard to make sure that it's lined up properly, and we're gonna bring in the adjusters here. Except on the bottom side, I'm gonna hold shift and bring that all the way down. We're gonna have what looks like a driveway leading up to our garage, even though obviously no one's driving on that. We're gonna do a big chimney at the back here, and for my front door, I'm thinking maybe this one here from Seasons could work. Okay, so far very basic looking, kind of going with that 90s vibe though. I'm excited to renovate this later. I'm gonna go ahead and do some of the landscaping, I think, and then we can go inside. All right, so we've got our 90s house here, our base house, looking very dated for sure. In the front here, I added a little bit of like iron furniture. We've got our front porch there, a little bit of landscaping in the front, and then along the back, I added a pool back here because no matter what, I'm pretty sure we can get away with having the pool. Pizza floaty, cause why not? We got a little bit of patio furniture furniture back here and a barbecue, but nothing too crazy, just like an umbrella table, some chairs. And I added a bar back there with some purple bar stools from Discovery University. And that is gonna be about it for our 90s house. We're ready to go inside and let's check out some decor trends for the 90s. So in the 90s, we saw primary colors with purple and hunter green also being popular paint choices. Sponge painting, patterns galore, folding screens, open shelving entertainment centers with massive CD and cassette cabinets, inflatable furniture, overdressed beds. Basically, everyone wanted their house to look like it belonged on a 90s sitcom. So for the floor plan, we want it to be kind of closed concept. We're gonna section that part off for the garage. Probably won't really be renovating much in there. Maybe we can do kitchen and dining in the back there. I want to make sure that's closed off, and our living room can be right here. We'll do a bathroom there. This can be just like a closet near the back of the house. And then upstairs, we'll do 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom, and just like a hallway area. Okay, so I think I'm most excited to do the living room. Let's go ahead and start there. We are gonna go carpet all the way. We're gonna use this like beige carpet here. For wallpaper, I could see like this, that pattern texture on the wall was really popular with like one of those ceiling fan like lights, like the ceiling lights with the fan built in. I'm just gonna go ahead and add that light on top of that other one. Some brown archways leading in there, and then in here I kind of want to just do some like brown tile or like this style of wood. I want to go and do one of those big entertainment centers. It's gonna be kind of hard. I don't really have the type of TV that I want with this being a more like modern game, but maybe we could do this and like size it up so it's really chunky, maybe with this underneath it, and then some massive things right beside it. I might have to change that part underneath there, but in there we're gonna put all the CDs we can find, any kind of music thing, movies. I'm actually gonna use those 2 end tables from Discovery University, and we're just gonna try and center our TV. I think we're gonna try and go a little bit more neutral out here. Then when we get upstairs to the bedroom, we'll go more colorful 90s style with all the patterns. For CDs, we have these ones here in only a couple different shades, so I'm gonna use what we can here. Actually, I thought Get Famous had some too. Oh, they do. Okay, I'm not going crazy. We've got a couple more CDs here. No different swatches on those ones though, so I'm just gonna have to like raise them up. Obviously, we're not gonna find any cassette tapes or anything, but I can put one of those old CD players. Oh my gosh, like this. We can maybe like put this in between on that bookshelf there. And I'm gonna put these books here, but we're gonna pretend that these are stacks of VHS on display. I remember everyone just having those like on display in their living room. We can use like this vintage lamp in the corner. And then for seating, I want like a big comfy couch. Like honestly, these actually work because like the frills underneath were really popular too. On chairs and on bedding, we're gonna do some draped curtains over here. These ones from Base Game could work, or even those ones there from Cats and Dogs. Maybe we could do it in like a green swatch. Rug there on top of the carpet. I'm not asking questions. That one's good there because we have the primary colors coming in as well. And I think this is going to be our 90s living room. In the back this way, I added some stuff to our hallway. I added a chess table over here just because I had the room for it. I needed a skill item. I did go ahead and add that bulky end table there from Eco Lifestyle. We've got a painting there. I need to do a closet in here, which I was thinking about putting some laundry. I might still do that. So we'll have our laundry going on in here. Nothing too crazy. It's just a closet. And then for our bathroom over to this side, what should we do for flooring? I feel like I could get away with this one here. Ooh, honestly, maybe something like that, but then we changed the tile. Okay, that's perfect. Let's do that there. We need a bathtub or a shower. Why are the insides of all those windows white? I just realized that. I had to double check on the outside to make sure I used the brown shutters, but then on the inside, they're all white. I've never noticed that, which is weird because this window here is also base game, but it's brown on the inside. Anyway, let's do this bathtub here. We're gonna keep with that like bronzy color. Actually, maybe even that one. I'm gonna bring my green curtains in, the same ones I used in the living room. Ooh, that sink there is actually really perfect with that green. I'm gonna move that over here so that that's over on this wall. Changing those curtains so they match maybe a little bit better. Like that one there could work. The 90s did have very like extravagant draped curtains. I'm replacing everything with a more like yellow toned lighting. I feel like even in TV shows, that was just such a prevalent thing. We can put a hamper in here since we have laundry in the other room. And honestly, maybe we could do like a wall plant in here just to pull it all together. All right, so there is our bathroom for the 90s. I actually don't really hate that one. The only thing really getting me is the carpet all over this house. So not the worst thing ever so far, but let's move on into the kitchen. And in the kitchen, I kind of want to start to bring a little bit more color into this. Like I kind of want to go full on blue counters, just like the friend's apartment. But then like this color was also very popular. We could even probably do like that one. Let's do these and keep it similar to how the rest of the bottom floor is. I did add a door over to the side there for our garage. And actually, I do think I'm gonna wrap these around as well. So we're gonna have tons of counter space in here, but it's just gonna feel a little bit stuffy. Maybe we could do fridge here. I'm gonna use that one there from cottage living. Then we can do another big cabinet like right there surrounding the fridge. I'm gonna put a rug in the center there. Hopefully I can fit a dining table like right in the middle. And I do want to put a hutch. I feel like hutches just kind of fit in this sort of build, and I'm using a lot of base game in here, which is quite funny considering this game came out in 2014. I got a plant there. I added some towels on the wall. I am gonna go ahead and start to clutter a little bit. We could maybe do like a microwave over here, coffee machine. For my oven, maybe we go with that one there, or honestly this one here. That's the one. This is going to be our base game oven right there. We're leaving one counter open for prep, and now I just need a dining table. I'm kind of thinking about using this one here from cottage living, and the floral patterns were kind of popular in the 90s. Maybe we could do that there. The chairs we're gonna be using. Actually, I use these ones over here for my chess table, so maybe I could bring those in here too. All right, so kitchen and dining looking very 90s inspired. I actually kind of like it. It's cozy in here, the lighting, all the brown and beige tones. All I need to do on this floor really is the garage. So I think what I'm gonna do is just bring in the same tile that I was using, maybe bring in some like brick in here too, maybe get like a debug car and stick it in here. Do you guys realistically think we're gonna get cars before we get The Sims 5? Genuinely speaking here, it's not looking too good for us. Okay, for my car, I don't know, what should we put, like this or like this one? We'll put up some typical like garage items, like this can go over here. Maybe just so there's something to do in here, we could put a woodworking table, and we'll do like a couple extra trash cans out here too. All right, there's our garage. We are ready to go upstairs. We do have another bathroom to do up here, so I'm thinking about using maybe like one of the tiles I was questioning before, like maybe that one, or like that could work. Let's do this one here. And in this bathroom, we can do a shower. It's a little smaller than the other one. We'll just do regular basic shower right there. I can do sink on this side, toilet on the other, and I want to find one of those like stand-up things, like one of these. So second bathroom looking kind of cute. I need one more picture maybe like above the toilet, even just something simple like that there from cottage living. And there is our second bathroom, so brown and beautiful. I want to start bringing color into this. We've been strictly the browns and the beige, so I'm thinking in here we go with more of like a purple. Let's do like light purple wallpaper with a blue carpet. I want to do those canopy beds and like the 4-post beds. Maybe like this, we can bring some patterns in there as well. We're gonna do the CDs on the wall. I might do like a whole wall of these. We could totally get away with using like the records on here too. These colors look ridiculous, but I'm gonna show you guys some pictures of 90s bedrooms, and it was really that weird. On this side, we still need a dresser. Probably gonna end up being one of these bulky ones again. Maybe we do like a beige. I think for this sim, we definitely have to put back the boombox there. Maybe this is the CD collector. They're the ones with all of the music inspired things in this house. Definitely getting like teen room vibes from this. All we need in here is like an inflatable chair or like couch. Maybe I could get away with using like a beanbag chair in here. Like this one here from high school years, we could do in yellow maybe. Literally posters galore. Like I feel like the more posters you had, the better in a 90s bedroom. We can maybe put some guitars in here. This is so excessive. Okay, we're gonna leave it though. This is going to be our colorful 90s inspired bedroom, the purple and primary colors and all. Posters covering almost every inch of this entire bedroom, and we are ready to move on to the final room, which is going to be the, I guess, parents' bedroom, even though it's smaller. Sorry about that. And for this one, I'm thinking we go with that green carpet, that dark green, and then maybe we can do some more of the pine wood furniture in here, like pine dresser. I think I'm gonna keep with the quilted like cats and dogs bed there, with like that dresser there in the pine color, even with a little bit of that bluey green in there. We'll do a clock. Maybe we could fit a TV in this room since we didn't put one in the other one. I feel like if you had a TV in your bedroom in the 90s, like that was a big deal. Maybe that was just me, but I feel like I don't really remember a whole lot of people having TVs in their bedroom in the 90s. We're doing green patterned curtains, stand-up mirror in the corner there. We're gonna do another chair in the corner like that, and I just need something to go on this wall. Honestly, maybe we can do something like that. All right, so this is what our second 90s bedroom is looking like, and then for the hallway, we can do a seating area over here. I did toss this picture architecture over here because we have that like primary color scheme going on. So I made some changes in here to the bedroom. I added the divider in here because, like I said, these folding dividers were really popular. So I put one right there, so there's kind of like a changing area you could use without making the bed like non-functional. So we've got that in there, and then in the hallway, I just tried to like take up some space. I added an easel, creativity area over there. We've got another like seating area upstairs, and with that, we are ready to renovate this thing. So next we're moving on to the 2000s, and we're gonna start on the exterior here again. So in the 2000s, home exteriors started becoming more neutral. We saw more grays, beige, and muted brown tones with bold colors on the doors. The craftsman style of architecture was becoming popular and lasted well into the 2010s. So for our reno, we're gonna be replacing this brown brick, but we're not gonna go too far into the all white or all gray. Trust me, we'll get there. Let's just settle for like a beige. Maybe we could do this one here, like it's lighter, a little bit more neutral. We're gonna put that all over where the brown brick was. For the siding, I might go for like a thinner one, maybe a lighter color here. I'm also gonna change all the trim on the roofing to like more of a white color, so it looks a little bit more clean and newer. And we'll change the roofing. I think I'm probably gonna stray from the brown roofing. We can replace it with like a black. For my windows, I'm going to change the swatches. Maybe we could go for like an all white with these. The garage door, we could also change to a white. And for the fencing out front, I'm thinking about doing like maybe cats and dogs. We do want to go for a craftsman style, and putting this out front is definitely going to give away that vibe. We can change the railing here too to like a white one. And I'm going to go in and add some of these here, the corbellers from cats and dogs. I'm just going to shrink those down on top and add that onto our roofing up here. We can even bring it over to the sides as well. I'll put them like on the side there. We'll change the color of our chimney to more of a gray. Even just those few changes are making such a difference already. For my lighting, I think I might keep with those fixtures that I put, but I'm going to change them over to a white. And in here, I think, what color swatches do we have here? Could we do like a gold? Or maybe we just delete those ones, change the colors of these here, and keep that color for our bench? I'm definitely preferring this over the brown so far. Okay, let's go into the back. I don't really think we're gonna have to do too much back here. I'm gonna replace the umbrella stand that we had, and I'm probably gonna change the swatch of the bar back there, maybe to something like that, and we'll replace the bar stools here too. Maybe instead of the umbrella thing that we had, we could do some loungers. Our fence back here can get replaced too, and what the heck is going on here? There we go. We'll just replace our railing too, and okay, I feel like this is coming along. Here is the outside of our 2000s Y2K house. Let's go inside and start to renovate the interior because she needs it. So going inside, this 2000s reno will be full of beaded doorways, glow-in-the-dark ceiling stars, canopy beds, chocolate browns and beige decor, shabby chic Tuscan styles, and futons. The first thing I want to do is change the flooring. We're getting rid of the carpets, and I think I want to replace it with like maybe this one here from base game could work, but we need to change the wallpaper to that chocolate brown. I remember even saying that like when getting my hair done, like chocolate brown was just a thing. I'm gonna delete all of our furniture going on in here. We're gonna get rid of the big chunky entertainment centers. We're gonna change the color of the railing on here too. I could probably change it to like a white like that, and I definitely want to cool down the lighting in here. We could do a fireplace. Actually, I feel like this one would be really fitting. It matches the wallpaper. For my couch, I was actually thinking about using this one here. This is from the Desert Luxe kit. We can do a chair over here. That one actually looks really nice with this. And for our rug, I'm thinking about using this base game one here in that brown color. We can do a lamp right there. I think I maybe want to put some bookshelves up. Like maybe even these ones from cats and dogs could go on either side. We're getting maybe a little bit too much of the white on white, so I just changed the color of the bookshelves over there. We can probably do a stereo, but I think it should be a little bit more dated looking, like this one here, or even like this one could be a little bit more 2000. For our curtains, I'm just gonna put some blinds up over there. Those ones are from Get to Work. This actually isn't too bad. I'm still not too much of a fan of like all the brown, but in terms of the comparison to the 90s, this is definitely a lot better. I think I'm gonna leave that end table we had over on that side. We can just replace a couple of the colors over here. Same as like the archways, I'm just gonna change those over to white. Our hallway this way is pretty much gonna stay the same. I got rid of the grandfather clock. I changed the color of our chess table and used those chairs there from Dine Out. And for our picture, I feel like red was really popular too. Like a lot of people decorated with red paint. Maybe to keep it cohesive though, we'll just use that one there. Laundry is gonna stay the same. We can even keep a little bit of carpet to show that it's newly renovated. And I actually think I'm going to open this whole thing up here for our kitchen. We're gonna see more open concept floor plans. We can change the flooring here to match. I do like the placement of the kitchen, so I think I'm gonna keep that pretty much the same, but we'll get rid of this. We'll get rid of all our cabinets, and we're replacing it all again with some dark brown kitchen cabinets. Like these actually are pretty perfect. We might see a little bit more stainless steel coming in, but it's still gonna be like kind of in darker swatches. Like maybe we can do that dark brown fridge there. We can still do the microwave over here and the coffee maker. The more I look at this paint, the more it's looking like orangey to me. But if we move on to this, it's a little bit too neutral for what we're going for, so we're gonna have to leave it. I'll do dining table like facing this way. And for our chairs, I like these ones here from Dine Out for this. These are perfect. I feel like I remember going to my friends' houses as a kid and like seeing these exact chairs. And let's put one of those rugs. I feel like that pattern was so popular even into the 2010s. So we'll do the dark brown there, and that is gonna be our dining room. The final thing we have to do before we go upstairs, we have to change over this bathroom, and I feel like most of the plumbing and everything can stay. We'll get rid of these curtains. Maybe this sink we can replace too. We're gonna do spa day tile like that. Our sink, actually, let's try this one here. It matches the towel that I already have on the wall, and honestly, even that little change made a big difference in here. We'll put the blinds back up, and this is gonna be our bathroom. Oh god, I forgot how different it looks upstairs. Okay, we're gonna bring up the wood, the wallpaper, deleting those green curtains over here. Honestly, this part can maybe stay if we just do the beige swatch. That's actually not too different from what I'm looking for here. Even if we just change that mirror over there, we're good. Bathroom is gonna stay. We've already got that like dark brown happening in here. But for the bedrooms, I am really excited to do this bedroom in here specifically. I want to do like a really colorful Y2K teen bedroom. And for this one, I think we gotta go pink. I'm gonna take everything off the walls. The beaded curtains that I had there are gonna stay, but everything is going to be pink. We'll get rid of the carpet. We'll do that pink wallpaper there, and let's find a bed. Canopy beds were so popular, so we could actually even do like one of these just plain white ones here. And then we can use the high school years canopies like these here over top. Even though it was more so like built into the bed, like it would actually kind of be like this one here from City Living with these canopies like draped over top, almost like coming out the sides too. Instead of the beads that I had on there, because I wasn't feeling the color scheme, I'm gonna go in with these here from Paranormal. They've got the beads that like hang over there, even though they literally would like cover your entire door and be so hard to walk through. And I want to bring in some green as well. Pink and green, I just remember being a huge theme in 2000s bedrooms. We can use that green table over there. We can maybe put a TV on here. We'll do pink mirror over on that side. I want to do some clutter under here. We can do the high school years clutter. Actually, that works pretty well there. Ooh, we could do these too, like above the TV. It's so funny seeing all of this stuff like come back. Like high school years is a newer pack, and there's quite an emphasis on like Y2K style things. I'm gonna put some pictures on the wall. I remember like taking so many pictures as a kid on like little cameras. I'm gonna put some end tables here. These are from Laundry Day. Those blinds just like make it. They're so old looking. They're perfect. So this is going to be our Y2K style bedroom. Let's do the final bedroom over here, which is going to be our parents' bedroom. We're gonna do a different brown for this one, and I think I do want to bring in more of the red. The brown and red is not gonna be a nice color scheme to pull off. Maybe we can do that bed there. The bedroom I'm looking at right now for reference is literally from Mean Girls, and I did not realize that was the color scheme they had going on. So we've got our bed there. We're gonna do an older looking dresser over to this side, changing that swatch there to red. I think we can probably still keep the stand-up mirror, so I'm gonna just put one of those like right in that corner there. We're doing lamp over in the corner here. Oh, maybe we could put those up. Those are totally 2000s style. All right, so there is our 2000s parent bedroom. The red and brown, honestly, a color scheme I really hope doesn't make a comeback. And with that, we are ready to move on to the 2010s. So moving on, let's renovate this exterior once again, this time embracing the all white everything revolution. We're still seeing that craftsman farmhouse style of architecture with engineered cedar shingles. Everything is going gray or white, and we'll be going with a millennial pink door. Every design site was literally calling it millennial pink. Take from that what you will. So I think the overall structure, like the fence can stay, all the corbelers we added can stay. These are the shingles that I was talking about. These became a lot more popular in the 2010s, mostly like up by the roofing like that. So I'm gonna use these gray shingles up at the top. The siding we're gonna do white, but I think I'm gonna go with a spot A one. This one is definitely a lot more modern looking than the base game ones that we have. Then on the bottom, I'm kind of thinking we should do like a gray brick. I even think the shingles that we added need to be a little bit lighter there, so we'll go like that. And I think it's finally time to replace the windows that we've got. So let's actually replace these. We'll get rid of all the shutters, swap those in with some Seasons windows, like these ones here, very 2010s. I'm also gonna change the stairs. Maybe we can do more of like a stone step there, like those gray ones. And we'll replace the stone that we have at our front patio with like a white wood. We're gonna do the same thing on our patio deck back here. I think we could also probably replace the chimney at this point too. Not a realistic change, obviously. I actually, now that I think about it, don't really know how hard it would be to replace an entire chimney. I can't imagine it being too easy. On our patio here, I'm gonna get rid of the furniture that we've got. Those can actually probably stay, but we can swap that out with like this from Seasons. And in the back, I'm probably gonna get rid of the loungers that we added, and we can replace those with the exact same furniture from Seasons, like this one. I think it comes in a set too, like there's some chairs that come with it. We'll do the perfect patio umbrella in this like blue color. Like turquoise was a big thing too. I remember my mom going through like a big turquoise phase. And to pull that all together, we can do that pattern there with the turquoise rug. We can probably delete our bar outside. Maybe we can replace that with the perfect patio one, like this one here in, you guessed it, white. Maybe with those like rustic looking farmhouse style chairs from Cats and Dogs. Actually, I gotta get rid of the pizza thing because too much color. Perfect. All right, so here's the back of our newly renovated 2010s house. I forgot to change my fence. How could I forget? Okay, so this is the biggest change yet, I would say. It looks a lot different with those windows, the shingles, the gray. Let's go inside. And we are just gonna delete all of this stuff. Any color has to go. We'll start off again with the living room here. I'm gonna delete the ceiling fan. And for trends of the 2010s, we're basically going to want our house to look like an edgy coffee shop. We want Edison light bulbs. We want motivational signs and quotes, galaxy print, hipster style decor, all white everything. And if not white, then gray. We're gonna see rose gold, ombre, chevron, chalkboard walls. Industrial and modern farmhouse decor styles were also popular. And who could forget the Marie Kondo method of cleaning, making all of our houses look like nobody lives here. All right, so for our flooring, we are gonna go gray, and our wallpaper is going to be also gray. All right, so for our TV area, I think I'm probably gonna go with like that fireplace there from Parenthood. We're gonna mount our TV on the wall. We can finally have some nice things. And for our couch, ooh, actually this is perfect. This one here from Paranormal. That way we can still bring back our paranormal chairs that we had. Those are surviving into the next decade. We can do a gray fluffy rug there. Like I said, the industrial vibes were also very popular, so we could use that lamp there. Ooh, these from Seasons are gonna come in really nice. I'm gonna put those there anywhere that I had those like blinds. Like over here, I'm gonna delete all of this stuff. The white chest table can stay, and we're just gonna put those curtains anywhere that we had the blinds from before. I actually think I'm gonna get rid of this here and replace it with more of like that farmhouse rustic kind of style, like that there. Ooh, this can be our end table for the hallway. This is gonna be the easiest one because everything is just white. Until we get upstairs, we're gonna bring in like the galaxy print. Maybe we can bring in a little bit of the hipster vibes here. We'll try and find some light bulbs like these, or even these. Actually, those would be pretty good, like the mason jar lighting. For some reason, mason jars just had like a hold on everybody. Oh, I forgot my pink door. Hold on. We need the millennial pink door. It's like kind of like that color. Oh, we need the quote pictures. I need to go on the gallery and download quote pictures. Let's look up live, laugh, love. There it is. Rosie Mao coming in clutch. We're gonna put 2 of these on each side. We'll do like 1 here. Let's actually make them massive. People really need to know that you need to live, laugh, and love. Maybe under there we can put a shelf just because I need something to be there. The open shelving was really popular here too, so we could put like some books on there instead of having the full bookshelf. Same as like this, I could see. I don't want to add too much in here because again, Marie Kondo. But what I do want add is like an oversized clock. I remember those being really prevalent, like some of them were massive like that. So let's keep it like that for now. That's gonna be our 2010s living room. For our chairs, we're gonna keep with the farmhouse style, I think, which Cats and Dogs has a lot of that. So I'm gonna put that there. We're probably gonna use that again for my dining table. Oh, we could even change the stairs too, to a more white and gray. All right, laundry. We can finally get rid of this carpet, I think. We can change our appliances to a more like clean looking white. We can do the laundry day hanging light bulbs, hot trend of the 2010s. And let's go into our kitchen. We're gonna do the kitchen and dining over here. And I think we're gonna get rid of our cabinets altogether. We're gonna have more open shelving in here. We're gonna get rid of all of this. The stainless steel is coming in. I remember marble being really popular too, so maybe we could do that there. It's so funny because I remember thinking that this style was like the only style I was ever gonna like. Now I can't even stand to look at it. It's just so plain and boring. There's no color. Also, like every apartment that you go into to look at nowadays looks like this. We're gonna do big espresso machine over there. Like I said, coffee shop vibes. Steel garbage can over there. And did we have any more quotes here? Love the little things. We're gonna put that right in our kitchen. Oh no, we gotta get another one. There's too much color. Oh my gosh, these are perfect. But first, coffee. That's the one. We're doing big white table there with these chairs also from Cats and Dogs. And there we go. That is going to be our 2010s kitchen. I'm gonna probably try and do these bathrooms pretty quickly here from now on because I have a feeling this video is going to be very long. So we're just doing gray flooring. I'm gonna change this over to white. We'll get rid of the rug. It would be nice if we had some like rose gold options in here too. We're gonna replace the lighting again with one of these light bulbs. And there is our bathroom number 1. Honestly, I don't hate this as much as I thought I was going to. It is definitely very bland and boring, but still probably not my least favorite one we've done today. In the hallway upstairs, I'm gonna get rid of all our furniture. We're gonna be changing our doors over to white. We can maybe keep the easel in here, but we should probably finally get a computer. We haven't had a computer in any of these, so let's go ahead and get a little office area over here. Computer on there. We'll get our chairs. Again, nice and clean over here. Maybe we'll just add like a lamp. I'm gonna keep that painting area over there. And then on this side, we're gonna do just, again, a very basic white seating area. It's so ironic that we were obsessed with like the minimalistic expectations, yet everything was white and just so easy to make dirty. So there's our hallway here. Bathroom, again, we're just keeping very minimal. Little changes here and there, like I can change my shower. I think there's a window there I'm gonna have to fix. We can use this bathroom cabinet instead of the other one. And we can replace the sink with this one here from Parenthood. So there is our very minimalistic bathroom. I just changed over a couple things in here to make it look a lot more neutral. And let's move on to the teen bedroom. I'm picturing me on Tumblr in like the 2010s. Ooh, maybe we could do that wallpaper there with the millennial pink bed from Vintage Glamour. Maybe like that rug underneath. I need the galaxy. Is there already galaxy print? Galaxy light show. Okay, yeah. Just put that on that table there. Maybe I could put like, I feel like there's a debug galaxy picture. Ooh, we could also put this on the table in the back here. Oh, here it is. Okay, there's a base game galaxy picture. I thought we had more. I swear there's somewhere. We also have this one. Maybe we can put this on this side. We'll do the mason jar lighting. We could even do the chalkboard that's like for some reason in your bedroom. Also ombre. I feel like we have some new curtains that are kind of ombre, like these or these. These are perfect. It was ombre everything, ombre hair, ombre clothes. Then on the other side, I'm gonna try and do this dresser here. We'll put a TV on there, maybe a more modern speaker compared to the other ones we've had in these bedrooms. And this mirror has survived pretty much the entire time, so may as well keep it going. Remember also when like mustaches were really popular, like hipster mustaches? Hold on. I swear this was a trend. No one has uploaded a mustache picture. You know what? Fine. We'll settle for some fairy lights. Okay, so there is our 2010 teen bedroom-ish. I don't know. It's hard to tell when literally everything is neutral. Okay, let's move on. We have one more to do. We're gonna go straight into the parents' bedroom. Let's change the layout up a little bit. We're gonna go this way with our bed. We're gonna do that Cats and Dogs all white one right there. The farmhouse style furniture. Some lights there above the bed. We're gonna do another cozy rug like by the bed there. Maybe even tiny living could work, like that right there. And then our dresser, maybe we could do the tiny living dresser as well since I'm a little bit short on room. We could do this one against the wall, even even like right there with a mirror there. And then for my chair, ooh, actually we could literally just do like a tiny living chair like that. All right, there we go. Our 2010s bedroom. We have one more decade to go, which is going to be the most recent 2020. Even though we're not that far into it yet, we can still do like some of the trends that we've seen so far. So for our final renovation for the 2020s, we're gonna see white paint, black detailing, metal roofing, beautiful statement garage doors, more natural wood elements, and more outdoor living spaces. So not a whole lot of this is gonna change. We can probably keep most of this, definitely in terms of wallpaper and windows. Our door is gonna change. We're gonna go in with more of a modern looking door. We could try this one here from Moschino, or actually Eco Lifestyle has some really modern looking doors. Let's try that one there. And then for the garage, we started seeing more like details on the garage. I'm gonna put those there from Spot A, even though they don't go through. Just that added detail on there, and we're gonna change the front too. We're gonna see more like earthy tones coming back, more like desert style tones. We're gonna stray a little bit more from the farmhouse style, so I'm just replacing my like columns and stuff here, and I'm adding in some of that more natural wood with some snowy escape columns. For our roofing, we're gonna change that over to a metal roof. We could probably honestly do it on the entire thing, and I think I am gonna get rid of the shingles that we had up top. In the back, we're gonna do some newer tile, maybe like this one here from Get Together. We're gonna do a full-blown seating area out here, so I'm building up a pergola. Obviously in 2020, a lot more people were staying home, so these like outdoor spaces were really desirable. Somewhere where you didn't have to go anywhere, but you could still go outside. We can do a full couch out here with a day bed, coffee table out here, literally like a living room outside. Ooh, maybe we could do a hanging plant in here too. Cute. So definitely more on the modern side out here so far. I think that's maybe the only change that I'm really gonna make here. Actually, let's change our fence. I know there's a more modern looking one from Perfect Patio. This one here, and we can leave it in that black swatch. So we'll just replace all of that wood fencing that we had there. We'll replace the gate as well. And I'm replacing the chimney with that one there. Cute. Okay, let's go inside our 2020s house. And on the inside, interior trends so far of the 2020s have been earthy luxury and desert style decor, natural textures, cottagecore, wall paint decals, eclectic aesthetics, art deco inspired furniture, smart homes and electronics, and with more people working from home, home offices and closed floor plans are becoming more common in houses. So we are actually gonna close this back up. We're gonna delete the dining table. All of the quote pictures are leaving. We're still seeing those neutral tones here for the most part, but it's kind of more of a light beige like that. Everything is like warming up a little bit more. We might be able to keep our couch and chair combination over here. We're gonna use that fireplace there from Get Together. We'll mount a TV on top. We're seeing a lot more natural textures too, so maybe that rug can work there from Laundry Day. Actually, maybe we can replace that couch with this one here from the Desert Luxe kit. We can do a dream home decorator, feather plant, a hanging plant here in the corner. Ooh, maybe a salt lamp here from the new clutter kit. Or these actually, these candles are very popular. We're definitely gonna see a lot more clutter than we did in the 2010s house because people are obviously spending a lot more time at home. We'll do bookshelf over here. We're gonna see more color. So this is more so the kind of living room we would see in 2020. A lot warmer than the like very cool tones of the 2010s. On the other side, we're gonna update our chess table to a more like Art Deco style one. This one here from High School Years is such a pretty table. I love it. We can pair it with these Art Deco High School Years chairs. And since this part is back near the laundry, I'm gonna do a couple more like clutter items over here. Just like some bins. We could also get that one from, I think it's Eco Lifestyle. Like this little laundry bin can go here. Cute. Okay, we can move on to the kitchen. Again, we're getting rid of these freaking quote pictures and we're gonna close up the shelving again. We're not gonna see as much open shelving. Our cabinets are gonna be a lot more on like this kind of style. These are from Dream Home Decorator, and even like the other swatches in here could work, like that one there. We can do these cabinets here, which are actually kind of a nice compromise between the open and the closed shelf. I feel like I should do like a brick wallpaper or like something going on there. We're gonna do the Dream Home Decorator combination for the stove and everything. I'm gonna go with those ones there. Maybe instead of the dining table here, we can do an island piece. Actually, no, we can still fit a small dining table in here. We'll just have to use this one here from Dream Home Decorator with those chairs there. I feel like I need to change the wallpaper. Ooh, honestly, honestly, that could work there. That is a swatch from high school years. And I want to bring in a little bit of black. So I'm going to do black carpet there. We're going to do a black dishwasher just to like add another piece of that color. We're going to clutter up over on this side with some plants. And there is our more modern looking kitchen. I am going to add back our coffee maker that we had though over on that side. Let's go upstairs. We're going to do some minor changes to the upstairs here. We can probably still keep that computer there, but I think I want to make one of these an office. So maybe we can get rid of the teen room. We'll replace this in here with more of like a home office. Let's do a darker aesthetic though. I think I want to do like an all black wallpaper, and then the natural wood tones for everything else, like the desk and everything, will kind of provide us with a little more color. Like we could do that desk there from Eco Lifestyle, computer there with an office chair. I actually don't mind those lights above there, so we can keep those. I'm gonna do a chair over there from Eco Lifestyle, and I feel like I could get one of these in here. I might keep it black with the wall, and then we just see the plants kind of like falling over the edge. We can do some more electronics like headphones over here, and maybe just a small couch on that wall over there. So there is our office, and we are ready to move on to the bedroom. I did a little bit of the hallway just so that we could go straight into the bedroom here. Nothing too crazy. I basically just replaced the seating we had there with some Dream Home Decorator seating. And for the bedroom, I think I'm gonna use some of the newer beds from high school years. Like this one here looks really cozy, and I want to warm it up with some like lamps on the side. I've been liking using these ones here. These are from Eco Lifestyle Debug. I'm gonna put these mirrors here from Decor to the Max. I really wanted to do some of the more like colorful 2020 styles. Obviously, there are gonna be different types of decor in every decade, so if we didn't cover every single trend that was present, it's okay. I wouldn't mind doing another version of the tiny home challenge where we did every decade like that anyway, so let me know if you guys want to see some more of these decades videos. But for now, this is what our 2020 bedroom is going to look like. I personally love this tone of wood in here. It looks very cozy. Definitely the coziest one out of all of them, I would say. I think one of the biggest things to take away from 2020 was adding the coziness factor back into your home. But that is going to be us renovating a house through the ages. Let me know if you guys like this video. This did take quite a long time for me to film, so if you do like the video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It really helps me out. And thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next one.